elements quiz. Yeah. All right, I just clicked got it. It wouldn't be good if I leave the meeting, right? Okay, so as you can see here, this is our landing page for root cause solutions. We have a little bit about us, some fact sections, in fact, affiliate opportunities with us, which I'll come back to here in just a moment, how to contact us, and of course the blog. Now, once that you are signed up for the free trial, you can actually log in through here to access everything that we'll be showing you, which is over here in just a moment. So in the blog, we have some of these articles that I talked about in regards to the elements yesterday. Now, for some of you, it might have been your first time kind of hearing all of that. So there is some follow-up information here, and it will continue to grow and expand, interweaving the elements into kind of the workplace, the individual, and of course, the office, that balance that we talked about and where they come together. So definitely do a deep dive here and go look and see what we've got there. Did anybody, again, actually take the quiz? I know it's extensive. Let me look in the chat here. Perhaps we're still waiting to finish it. Don't overthink it whenever you answer it. Sometimes people get really paralyzed by the questions and they kind of intellectualize how they're going to answer. Definitely go with what is solicited and that first kind of response. That's generally going to be the most true to represent what it is that you are. So with that said, let's actually go straight into it and look at the back end of what we're doing here. So Root Cause Solutions is the platform that I talked about yesterday that has really kind of helped us to move out of this cycle that, we go through as entrepreneurs. For us, first, it was the do-it-yourself portion, trying to do everything. And that can be because entrepreneurs have to do it because of finances and being cash-strapped, or because nobody can do the things that you're trying to do to start up. And so you come into this kind of conundrum between your time and your money. And then you usually, if you evolve, you get to the next point where you start outsourcing to kind of keep more of that time. And that brings its own unique issues as well, because nobody's going to really do it the way you do it, right? If it's not their baby. And so from there, it becomes kind of frustrating. And in fact, 99% of entrepreneurs within 5 years exit. They give up. It's just at that point, that cycle, the up and down between the time, the money, it just becomes exhausting because it requires so much energy. And that energy is just something that we have to be able to conserve to be able to keep that sustainable. We've been through that mill and going through all of this. And in doing that, we had to ask ourselves these questions. How can we, get through this? Because we didn't want to give up. There was just too much there. The people that were coming to Root Cause Clinic, even if we wanted to, they wouldn't let us give up on them, right? And we had these obligations and we wanted to make sure that we fulfilled them. So it forced us to have to find a solution, literally. So hence the name Root Cause Solution. We realized that one of the best things that we could start with was looking at what we could actually automate, right? Instead of outsourcing. So instead of just, paying different companies or different suppliers of services, mind you, there's going to be a time and a place for that. We're not saying that there's not, a good that can come out of working with others, but as much as possible, retaining our own voice and being able to control that, right? Automating that was key for us and being able to keep that in-house rather than outsourcing it, helping us both control finances and money, as well as control the brand and the voice that we had. There's just certain ways that we want to answer questions, certain information, and the way that that gets to the client is important. And we lose control of that the more we put that in other people's hands. By being able to automate that and put it all into one-stop shopping where that can be done while we're out to dinner or while we're making dinner or doing other things with our time is what we wanted. And so that was part of, what we had behind creating this platform. In addition, we wanted to be able to just carve out time, period, right? So what could we do that we were doing, that we were investing our time in directly, that we could automate? Not just stuff that we were outsourcing, but things internally that we wanted to do to be able to consolidate that. If you look at different platforms now, you'll have, 15, 20 different logins, and that alone can be frustrating. Like I said, I don't know how many of you are people like me that forget all the passwords. I have the auto login, and that can definitely be something that helps, but that is just time that you are spending logging into all these different platforms, not to mention you're paying for all these platforms, right? So centralizing things was also something we definitely wanted to do. And hence here we are. So here's a look as to what we've got. The Launchpad here, as you can see, is kind of the first starting point. We can integrate websites into here. You can integrate your payments. You can actually integrate social media, as we talked about. Web chat can be integrated into here. If you've got a WordPress site, you can actually just load that over. Depending on your website that you may already have, you can talk to us as far as how it makes sense to transition that. But you can definitely build from within here. This can service and hold a website as well. You can give login specific to yourself or your team. Maybe you have an assistant and you would like them to be able to log in and have control of some functions, maybe not all. Well, that's all something that you have the ability to do here. Integrated with Google, we'll look at that as well as far as, Google reviews and Google advertisements, being able to track that. Again, not logging into Google, not logging in here, not logging in all these different places, but actually streamlining this all into one area, right? Now, from there, we can get into our dashboard. And this kind of gives us the immediate overall look at a lot of what we're doing, which we're about to look at all individually next. Conversations. So perhaps that we've got, threads that we have going back and forth. We have communication that you can actually, centralize here too. I know that is the big thing for me is being able to control where people are reaching me. When it's so many different places, it's just inevitable to lose that. And as we'll see here, when we look into the social media, if you have a larger platform, it's potentially hundreds or thousands of messages that you could have coming in. There's no way you're going to be able to answer that. So either, again, you're outsourcing, you're paying somebody else to try to answer that for you, and you're going to lose a lot in translation. Or there's just simply people that are going to inquire and never going to get a message back. So being able to have a prompt, which we'll look at when we get to that respective section, but have a prompt built in to Instagram or these social media outlets to be able to do that centralized communication here, all where we can come into one-stop shopping. Calendars, we can integrate our ability to schedule. So if you have service-based type of business here, this can allow your client to be able to schedule with you. And of course, we can synchronize payments into that, collect the payment at the same time when we're offering the calendar or available bookings related to this platform. Looking at contacts, so we can build our mailing list and all the information that we would need thereof. Opportunities. So this is where we kind of start looking at what is called the funnel. And the funnel is where we can really automate and align with abundance by being able to map out what it is that client or the guest experience is going to look like. And depending on a series of actions based on what is coming through on the client, we can actually prompt the right answer for them. And that doesn't have to be done as we wait for it to come in. It's already calculated. And so depending on the actions that are going on, you set this funnel into motion and it will do the work for you. So depending what kind of interest is expressed, right? Or the behavior that we're tracking based on whether emails are being opened or whether or not that we're seeing certain activity or engagement, it will actually prompt the right response for the client. And in doing that, that allows all of this to be done without you doing the one-to-one. So this is just an example. If we were to actually scroll here to the right, you can kind of see how we can align all of this from, automating the way that it would prompt them to book a call with you, attending any of your events, filling out information to kind of further put them into more niche funnels for you. We can also look down over here, emails, actually integrating our texting service. So there is, apart from just what you would have in these marketing funnels or these funnels for information that we would have to kind of go out to our base or our subscribers, you can look at texting services. So let's say that there is an appointment. Well, we could have that to where that 24 hours before, it automatically will go to the text of that client to remind them. And perhaps there's things that, need to be done before an appointment. It could be worked in to say that there is an intake sheet, et cetera. Make sure you've done this, and really prompting and front loading the client experience. I can't tell you how valuable that is, because so much of the time I might want to use in an appointment or just interacting with somebody, a lot of that, if it's spent with the logistics or that front loading, you're taking away from the ability to do what you want to do, which is the things that only you can do. So this really streamlines that for you, and maybe not even needing an assistant to do it because you have your automated assistant here. If we have any type of missed calls, or if we have anything else here, abandoned carts, this kind of also puts us into the ability to control based on those behaviors and the tracking that we see from who's coming to our website. So CRM or any kind of payment collections as well. Here, obviously, this is just a demo account, so we're not having the full kind of integrations here to show you, but very easily you can see how you can track your payments, invoice numbers, customers, the date that it was issued, who's paid, who hasn't, all of that. And marketing. So I've showed you a little bit about kind of the back-end portion where that we can set that up according to the type of, blogs, emails, information, promotions, et cetera. You'd want to go out, track them, measure them, automate the right type of steps based on that action so that your reach is always there. It's reaching for you when you're not there, but you can integrate social media here. And so we can actually schedule posts. And again, there's apps for that you could pay for, right? But then you'd be paying for that. And then you'd be paying for another service to help you with what I'm about to tell you next. And that is that you can actually prompt auto reply, not in the way that Instagram kind of just gives you with the base toolkit, but actually being able to go in there And if there are keywords that are being asked or inquired about, let's say you put a story out there and there's 100 text or 100 messages that come in the DMs, you can't really reply to all of that. There's going to be information that's going to be solicited about that. You're going to be repeating the same information over and over and over again, right? So it's easier if we just have that information and it is prompted based on the keyword triggers. And this can put them again down that series of being able to click, click, click to the right answers to get that automation so that the action that this client wishes to take can be done without you directly, right? We can do this through Facebook. You can do it through Instagram. You can see here we have LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, all of those platforms where that we can actually integrate our social media, do those posts, and also be able to reply back and or have automation within the DMs, because that's really where it goes down. That's where you connect. And if we're reaching out to those who are actually messaging us, I know that that is actually what's going to boost you up as much as possible. There's a lot of dynamics within social media. All social media is different, but boosting that one-to-one time in the DMs, or being able to come to DMs and know that there's going to be a reply rather than just giving up, knowing that this person doesn't reply because they can't, right? I mean, all the messages coming in. But being able to make those DMs work for you, because if there's messages that are coming in and you can't get to them, what if those 100 messages are inquiring about your service or your product and you just can't get to them? The next day comes in and we have another series of messages. The ones that we had from the day before just continue to sink down and down and down. I know in my own personal inbox, Instagram is a little bit wacky. It may show me something that looks like I've read it. It's not bold anymore. And so I'm thinking that that's something that I've gotten to, and I can't even get to everybody. So just knowing that that's taken care of for me, at least with keyword triggers, promotions, or things that we're running, and be able to give the automation of that action or call to action, that is huge. That is huge in and of its own right. Integrating it where we can actually see that alongside all the other things that we want to do with our business is priceless. So as you can see, scheduling posts, managing our accounts, and then from there, we go into further automation where we can niche down into that. Looks like I have a question or something in the chat. Let's see. Haven't taken the quiz yet, but you will. Yes, you guys are going to love this. The team is working so hard. I can't even tell you. There's like 250 questions here for that quiz. There's a reason why that you don't see these quizzes on the internet for element typing, or it's like some little cheap 10 quiz version or 10 question quiz. And that really doesn't give you much, right? It's about going through and answering all those questions so you can really kind of see who you are, right? Under many different gradients. If you're just doing, the best out of 10 questions, what are you getting? You're getting what you feel in that moment. So this is an extensive quiz. It is worth taking the time to do, but the team has worked so hard to build it. Each of those questions is like 5 potential answers. This has to be linked up and calculated. So, definitely take advantage of the fact that that tool is going to do the work for you. All right, coming back to this, let's exit. And thank you, Scarlett, for putting our website. Yeah, so our website actually, as you see, everybody, and I'm going to come right back to this, but just so that we can see here, you can come to the homepage right here, right? rootcausesolutions.co. I'm trying to move my little chat button here, guys, because it's all in the way. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm gonna have to move my toolbar even further. I'm gonna close the chat just so I can make sure I see it. So, okay, you come to our web page. You can subscribe, right, to the email list so that you can actually take that quiz. So you're gonna wanna do that so that you can take the quiz, allocate some time for it, don't overthink it, go with what comes out naturally. And then from there, you're actually gonna be able to have access to a lot of the content that we're gonna be featuring. So that is where you want to go, right here. Now, coming back over here, looking at our automations, this is how you can custom build this out. This is just kind of an example of what we might have at a basic level to be able to support the automation processes, but maybe there's several different programs that we want to automate, right? We can do that. Sky's the limit. So we can see lead capture workflows. Maybe there's a live class or event that you want to capture traffic from that can put them into a funnel after they've attended a certain function of yours. We can look at tracking engagement from all of that, right? We can actually look at the sales funnel workflows, our discovery calls if we're offering that, newsletters. So this is just a very, again, simple introduction as to what's possible. You can create whatever you want. You can automate it. You can track it. There can be a, removal of you and even an assistant potentially from the process while that you're still providing the answers for the clients or the interest that's coming to you. Then we go into kind of the websites. And again, actually, I haven't even been referencing all these kind of areas up at the top, but you'll see that even within what I'm clicking right now, such as if we're going through here and here, there's other options, right, that we have to further explore what's available to us within each of these tabs. So you can see all that we have here, right? Maybe surveys that we're capturing information from forms. There's a chat feature we can build in, media, redirecting our URLs, that WordPress integration that we talked about. Coming into tracking kind of some of the reviews that we might, if we're setting up reviews, for example, being able to kind of track or centralize that and look at those metrics and how we're doing. Very valuable, because when you look at this and you might see, okay, well, we've got a great reaction, or there's, actually effect that we can measure from a certain promotion versus, okay, we can measure it too, but not the way that we were hoping to see. Really kind of some instant ability to assess things, because it's very hard sometimes as an entrepreneur. We may feel something went very successful, and it can be, but was it something that people are wanting? Is there a demand for it? You can actually kind of measure and be able to see that, not just in our sales metrics that we kind of have where we, when we looked at the financial portion, but what does that translate to your client sentiment, right? Because the client sentiment, as well as what the dollars and cents are being spent, go together. There's a correlation, but which one is affecting the other is pretty valuable to be able to track and to be able to pinpoint. Now we can look at ads as well. You can centralize your ads. So for those of you who want to go and do the Google ads, or if you're working with Facebook and Instagram ads, that can all be integrated here. You don't have to go log into Facebook, go see them, click their stuff, see if they feel like working today or letting you see XYZ. Same thing with Google, or all the questions that they're going to make you answer every time that you log in, right? This is going to be able to centralize all of that for you. Mind you, I actually skipped over, but when we look at these sites, you can actually even go into, and I've already pulled them up here, your SEO marketing. So you can actually integrate that as well, which is going to be obviously linked to some of these search engine platforms. So we can, anything we create on the site, right? Any of the promotions, the funnels, anything that's on the website, all of it can actually be attached to SEO so that we can make sure that that's being able to be searched in the platform. So people can find us outside of our immediate following, outside of our immediate audience. That's our website. Okay, so I think, where did I had actually pulled up also? Oh, it might have made me close it. Okay, that's fine. We'll go back to it. Also hosting any type of education. So in our instance, we have Where Physics Meets Physiology for our education portal. But let's say that you might want to be able to offer a course for yourself. You can do that too. Also, right now we have the ability to come in and look at education respective to root cause solutions, right? So when you first start up, you're like, okay, this looks nice, but it's a learning curve, right? To have to kind of realize how I'm going to do this all. And that's true. You're going to have to spend some time to kind of learn. Some of it's user-friendly, and you can kind of guess and just put information in. A lot of these things, like I showed here, it's like, okay, it kind of leads you and automates that process for you. But in areas where you might have some special kind of circumstances, you can come in and you can actually see the beautiful education portal that's been set up here, and we're expanding and adding to it every day. So, as we go through and see, hey, now we've dealt with somebody that has this type of website or this type of concern, this or that, we add to that. And then there's videos to watch to really go about doing all that. You start here and you can actually go through all of it, right? All of this. So we have education already set, ready to go, demoing, showing you everything that you would need to do. And in case that doesn't answer your questions, right, we actually have the ability to get support. So you can submit a ticket for that, and we will get back to you and show you and help you to get that answer that you're looking for. So there is support here as well. It's not just coming in and trying to figure it out. I can't tell you enough how important that is with the platforms that we have used. The number one thing that has been the most annoying obstacle to trying to get answers has been support. There's individuals that, offer support, but they kind of don't offer support because the support just leads you to a bunch of, automated type of responses. Getting in touch with an actual person is not really there, right? We have both. So, maybe you want an answer at 3 a.m. and you can submit a ticket, but perhaps you find the answer before that we, get to you in the next morning. Well, you've got both options there. But offering an educational course is something you can do here. So we have Physics Meets Physiology's course that we feature, but maybe you want to do a breathwork course. Maybe you have a course on iridology. Maybe it's a very just simple course that you're going to offer, right? You can do that through here. So hosting your course instead of going to Teachable and paying the thousands of dollars that they want, or any other platforms that offer that. Furthermore, tracking or answering anything that we might need to do within that portion of the business. You're not having to kind of have 50 windows open. You can have one, you can go through all of it. So the potential, anything you want to do, whether or not it's education, whether or not that this is the actual ability to sell service, sell products. So you can integrate Shopify. Let's just say you have some simple products you want to sell, easy enough, right? You have a book, we can put that. So it's a very, featured type of product, but maybe we have thousands of products like we do at Root Cause Clinic. We have Shopify, we can integrate Shopify into this. So then you'd be able to easily have that integrated as well. Now, from there, the support tickets, if you want to kind of see the status, where we're at with being able to get back to you, et cetera. Obviously, I don't have any submitted tickets at this time, but if I did, it would automate and it would show that here. So we'd be able to see that and kind of also know if somebody's getting back to us, what's the reply, where we're at in that matter. That's just a very quick introduction to what we have here, going through and showing the full dynamics. I think I've hit the most of it. I know that's barely just, again, the surface, because within each of these topics, again, there's just really so much that we can go through. But Deanna, let me know if there's anything that's kind of off the top of your head that I maybe didn't focus on. Let's see what's going on in the comments here. All right, got some links in there. Where can the quiz be accessed? So just go straight to our website, Root Cause Solutions, and sign up on the mailing list. It's free, and then you'll be prompted to be able to take the quiz. Right on that website, Catherine. Yep, 30-day free trial. Oh, yes. Okay, so there is the ability to try Root Cause Solutions for free for 30 days, right? Okay, well, I think we've kind of featured the intro. We'll be doing some more kind of, demos and stuff as well as kind of how we actually apply this in the business world and show how that automation, those couple clicks that we do are so worth it because it's saving us from all the other clicks that we would normally have to be doing. Want to go to dinner and not have to be on your phone and have your family completely mad at you the entire time. This is that automation that can be doing the click, click, click for you while that you are finally actually enjoying those relationships in your life. It's very important, as we talked about yesterday, to have the personal balance with the professional. If we don't, it doesn't become sustainable and you won't be here as an entrepreneur. You won't be here in the professional sphere. 99% of individuals give up as an entrepreneur. They get tired of this rat race on the gerbil wheel where it's either, how do I find money? How do I consolidate this to outsource? Or I'm tired of outsourcing because of the problems that we talked about, but we still want time. We're either time or money poor. And this really helps to consolidate a lot of that. You're consolidating expenses. If you were to go through and actually see what all of these services cost to log in and to have these services provided for you, this is exponentially, 10 times what we're actually featuring this for. And you get it free for 30 days to try. So again, nothing really there to lose. And, if you have any questions, there's the support process built into the actual application as well. Okay. What is the cost after the free trial? This is $199. So essentially you are getting $1,000 worth of, widgets and things that you have. There's actually a little graphic that we want to upload to show that. That one's coming. I don't think it's yet loaded on the website, but it will break down and actually show you what you are getting all in one place, mind you. So it's the convenience of being able to centralize that, but put that all into one-stop shopping instead of paying or outsourcing that to multiple different types of services. And so when you do that, you consolidate costs and you consolidate time. Normally, if you were to go pay for all of these things, lowballing it, maybe $700, upwards of $1,000, just depending what services that you're getting. But remind you, again, sometimes not all of these services are created equal. That you could find something for 99 cents doesn't mean you want to buy it. Not all the time, right? So last thing, actually, that I just realized I should talk about here is that on our website, if you actually come here, if you're going to be taking the Elements quiz, you can learn obviously not just about what we do and kind of come through here and see all the types of people who might benefit, or professionals, right? Let's look at entrepreneurs in general. Maybe you don't do anything within health and wellness. This is still a platform, as you can see, that's going to work for you. You have the template to be able to do what you need to do here. And you may benefit from some of the content that we're going to feature that is going to work at the personal level. We're using the 5-element system to really kind of give a lot of our insight. But there is going to be full-rounded, holistic kind of insight to health. I will be doing Q&As on here. We'll be really applying all of this and how we merge personal and professional balance. So that resource and the community that we're going to feature, this will be built out as a platform where there is the ability to engage with others. So other naturopathic doctors, being able to see what is posted by, those in their field or colleagues, health coaches, people who are creating courses. It's giving them the ability to launch the platform and track it and everything else that they need to manage it. Maybe somebody wants to, go in the marketing industry. This is a great ability to be able to centralize that for them. Chiropractic offices, photographers, yoga, anybody really, again. So this can really be for anybody and everybody. We talked to Britt and Amanda yesterday, the founder and one of the, affiliates of Nuvita. And this is actually something that, we can use for that as well. The affiliate marketing. I think actually I didn't even touch on that, but you can, if you have affiliates working within your brand, you can actually integrate them as well so that we can track what they're performing and to help them with their payouts too. So it just keeps the gift that keeps giving, right? Now, if we go from here, we can see that if you are interested to do any type of affiliate options with Root Cause Clinic, you can apply to be able to partner with us. So you'll fill out your information here, give us a little bit of info, and we will get back to you. And there are many opportunities in working with us, whether it is Nuvita, a CBD company, doTERRA essential oils. There's a lot of perks and benefits to our doTERRA team. We actually have free test kits available for those on our LRP, monthly promotions, such as the promotion that we just featured, which was celebrating our 3rd-year anniversary, just a free test kit just for anybody that ordered that month, not even waiting for the 6 months for the LRP. We have specific type of collections. We have a meridian clearing collection. There's education in a portal that we feature where I do monthly lectures, answer questions in our Facebook group, etc. And then we also do have our Where Physics Meets Physiology, and that one offers a significant commission. So you can actually make hundreds of dollars to recommend the course that we have. And there's just ways that you can make money that you don't even have to do anything different than you'd already do, right? If you're interested in these things, you use them. Why not monetize it? And why not monetize it in a way that does the work and it's automated for you without you having to engage on a one-to-one level? We talked yesterday about departing and losing this kind of shame dynamic that everything has to look as though it's hard or suffering to get to that level of success. That's absolutely going to be maybe a part of it, right? There's going to be the trial and error, and you have to navigate that. We did it, and we're here to tell you we did it the hard way. But I've come back into, full circle now, my own being at the beginning of Root Cause Clinic and now where we're at now, seeing and learning all of these lessons, and still being here, and then now being back in what I consider to be like my inherent self and better. It's here as a benefit, not only for everybody to potentially be interested in to use as a platform, but it's here because it was our solution. We created it for ourselves, so why not share it, right? But it literally was our solution in going through this business cycle and trying to figure out the answers of how to restore this equilibrium. Because when we're in the space of being able to be whole, then you can actually give that whole picture to others. So, all right, let's look at the chat. But I think I've hit it all today as far as what we wanted to talk about. I know it's Saturday. We probably have plans. What is the cost after the free trial? Very reasonable. Thank you. $400 commissions. Yes. So $400. If you are recommending the course, Physics Meets Physiology, this is a $400 commission. So let's say that you are going to talk about this, and I share it also on our page quite frequently, literally actual, behind the scenes of what we're showing in these modules. And if you're interested in taking the course, or if you, just think that it's cool and you want to recommend it, you have people buying this with your audience, $400, that adds up. That's thousands of dollars that you could make just simply taking maybe 30 seconds to share that on your Instagram or your social media. What's more, Root Cause Solutions gives you a funnel to really put that out there in so many different dynamics that it's going to continue to do that without you having to do it, right? So again, yes, Nana. Nana has said, may I do the work while keeping a degree of privacy by sharing my story without sharing my face? Looks like that's already been answered. Okay. All right, everybody. Well, if there's no last little questions here, I guess then that's it for today. Hopefully you've gotten a nice little look behind the scenes as to what we created here, created out of necessity. And, I'm so excited for the next chapter. I can't even tell you. You can affiliate with Root Cause Solutions by earning 20%. Yeah, see, there's just so much. 20% commissions for the lifetime or refers membership, and so much more. Yes, so there's actually an affiliate program for Root Cause Solutions as well. If you are interested in using the platform, recommending it to others, that is yet one more opportunity where then we can actually monetize things that we were already interested in doing or are interested in doing. Complete this affiliate link, everybody. So right here, apply if you are interested to do some of these areas of opportunity for income through Root Cause Solutions, the Root Cause brand.